business and we understand the attributes, isn't it? And we learn, thank you, Asif, independent variables and dependent variable. We done all those things or not? Okay. See, thank you, online team, for your wishes, but we every time we want to be a student, never be a teacher. Actually, I always considered myself as a student because, but thank you for your wishes. The reason being, I'm saying, in the lifetime we have to study, isn't it, guys? Okay, so thank you. Independent variables and dependent variables, we which concepts I introduced? Dot ilog. Ilog. Ilog means what? Index locations. Understand? Ilog means what? Index locations. And we done practically split the variable and split the data to x and y. And again, would we split to x train, y train? No. Would we split to x train, y train, guys? No, we haven't done that. Split the data to x and y. And what are the transformers we introduce? Imputer is a transformers which convert yep, missing value, right? Very good. Then what is another transformers? Label encoder, which encode the categorical variable to numbers, right, guys? And then we done the practical. We done the practicals for this. Can we continue the same practical? And remember, we implement strategy or not? Explore I'm sorry, which one? Spider. Okay, thank you, Ramana. All right. Explore spider tools. And once we done the libraries, sklearn libraries or not? sklearn libraries. Okay. So sklearn libraries we introduce. Okay. And after the sklearn library, slicing is very important, isn't it? Now you understood why we use slicing concepts, things, and the data pre-processing is completed. Now I want to open the same code. Yes, Bhupinder. Thank you. So the next one, fifth one, and okay, today is 40. Great, man. We done 40 days. Okay. Can you please open the same code and VS Code? I'm sorry, Spider. Once we open to the Spider, yesterday we done NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and we read the data set, divide the, okay, fit and transform. Very important or not? Fit method and transform. Transforms. Yep, we introduce to that. So this both concepts we apply everywhere in ML, in ANN, every concepts we use this library. Okay, team. Yeah, fit and transform. Online team, can we work this one and finish it? So difference between parameter tuning and hyperparameter tuning. Are we learned or not? Difference between parameter tuning. In parameter tuning, which strategy it was? Which strategy? Mean strategy. And in hyperparameter tuning, which strategy? Hyperparameter tuning, we have median, mode, or most frequent? Most frequent, because mean is, I'm sorry, mode is not works, as we done that. Okay, now the same code, So, so we done this code. Now open your laptop and I want to split the data, right? What is the split ratios I said? 80, 20, 70, 30, and 75 and 25. Do thing. So first, let me restart and we will understand once again. Things would be clear. The first one, this is code screen. This is variable explorer screen. This is console screen. Okay. Now the first thing, we import all the library. We read the data set. This data set has two missing value for numerical column and we have two categorical column. In this data set, the dependent variable is purchased, and that's why I'm going to split the data with ilog x and y. This is the data sets we had. They cannot see your screen. Online team, can you see my screen data? And we have two categorical data, isn't it, guys? We have these two datas we have. Now the next one. This is data set, independent variable and dependent variable. Done. Simple imputer. Simple imputer, which strategy? By default, mean strategy. I create a object of this imputer, done this. Okay. And then in this data set, I have first index and second index as missing value. So that's why I write as 1/3. That means 3 becomes 3 minus 1. So go here and I'm going to fit my data and then transform, fit and transform, check. Have we done this yesterday? Good. Then in this data sets, I have a categorical variables, which we have three classifiers, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. So when you have just three classifier, I introduce label encoder, just label encoder. This is another transformers. And I create a object to store this transformers. Just go and I create now this object. I want to fit on my zero index or not, because that index has categorical value. So go here and transform. But when I fit how to upload projects in Spider to continue the same doc, how to upload projects. Now it will save in .py file. Once, can you try Control P? No, once you have .py file, I will tell you, I'll tell you. You take a screen recorder. Okay, Bhupinder? Yep. Now, but here, what happened? I create in this code. So if you see the data set, if you see the data sets, Mumbai is transferred to 2 or not? And Bangalore is transferred to 0 and Hyderabad is 1. But here I need to create an object for this or not, guys? So that's why I create a object. Just go ahead and try this. So finally, this is X. And finally, this is what original data set. From the data set, I converted to entire data to numerical part with no missing value. All those things we done yesterday. Now also we have Y or not? Also we have Y, guys. In the Y means what? It's again categorical value. Now, can you apply the same fit and transform? The moment when you do it, now Y also change to 0, 1. So this is the data set we had earlier. From the data, I go ahead to independent variable and dependent variable. Crystal clear or not? Again, I re-explain this one. So we're going to split the data now. Can you please write this code? From SK dot model selections, everything. Which library? From sklearn dot model selection, import train test split. So what is the one we do? Import train test split. So I told you on the day yesterday, or day before yesterday, from sklearn dot model selections, import train test split. Just go ahead and execute. Online team, are you working now? Yesterday, whatever the code we left over, please start from there. Please start from there. Yes. Now, see, do you see sklearn has many library or not? So today onwards, whenever we split the data, how do we split? sklearn dot model underscore selection. From today onwards, whenever you split, which one you need to try? sklearn dot model underscore selections. Now, the moment when we split, can you tell me? So X train. So this is what create a 4 variable X train, X test, Y train, Y test. Create a 4 object or not? I told you we need to split how many part? 4 part. X train, X test, Y train, Y test. And then train test split. X is independent variable. Okay, but before that, can you click here and control I and control I? When you do control I, do you see train test split? Either you mention test size or a train size, random state. I mean to say this, in this code, either you can mention train size 0.2 means what happened? 20% test and 80%, or I can write 0.82 train size. Guys, are you getting my point? Either way, either you can write 0.8 train size or you can write test size. Can you write train and test? Try that. But why we waste unnecessary extra parameters, guys? Understand, guys? When you say 0.2, that means train size. Understand or not? Random state, very powerful concepts in ML journey is random state. Many experienced machine learning developers in the organizations, but exactly nobody don't know what exactly the random state does. Today, I'll give a detailed clarity of this. I will tell you in classifications, most of them pass random state 42, random state 51, random state 100, but I always pass random state to 0. And I always recommend my students to pass random state 0. Why? I will give you detailed explanations in classifications. The moment when you have random state equal to 0, you always get a optimal accuracy, means topmost accuracy. When you say 40 to 51, definitely the accuracy will reduce compared to it. Understand, guys? I will explain these things. We have a mini practical, but have a look at this. Random state equal to 0. What exactly mean by random state? But before that, are you done this, guys? What exactly it's saying? X train, X test, Y train, Y test. Train test split, X comma Y, random state 0. Now, can you please done? And once you execute the code, just go to variable explorer and do you see how many variables created? 4 variables create now. Just go ahead and hit execute X train. So what is total data set I have, guys? How many total data set I have? 10 records or not? 10 records, 80% record. How many records, guys? See, this is X, right? In this X, total how many records I have? 10 records. Look at this. In this 10 records, X train, how many records this one? How many records? 8 record. X test, how many records now? 2 record or not? That means X is divided into 80% training and 20% testing. So my question, behind the scene, when the division, I mean, randomly we pull the records from this data set or not? Offline team, please focus the class. So from these data sets, are we pull the records randomly or not, guys? So I mean 80%, this is 80% records and 20% goes for testing. Clear? Online team understand or not? But now let's do this here. If and same goes for why? Why how many records? See, 10 is means what? 10 record. See this size. X has 10 records and 3 columns. And X train 8 records, 3 column. And X test 2 column. Now if you have 100 records, X train would be how many records? 80. X test would be how much? 20. Now the same thing, I want you to, can you try what if, can you please change this to 0.3? What is output now? Can you please change to 0.3? Just here, if you go that, now can you execute one more time? Do you see the values changed now? Do you see the values changed or not? Yes. So this is called split ratio. This concept called, very good Lalit, 70-30. This is 70-30. Out of 10 records, 70 records goes for X train, 30 records goes for X test. Clear, guys? Okay. Now, let me change 0.2 and I will execute this now. So once I execute, what happened? 8 records training, 2 records testing. Listen to me. This is X train. Online team, offline team, are you done this? Online team, offline team, are you guys completed? X train, X test and Y train and Y test. Just go to Y train and Y test. For our understand, what I'm going to do, I will take one snipping tool. I'll tell you, just go here and snip tool. I will, so random state, 2 minutes, close, close, close. Can you please done this code? Not this one, only 2 line of code. Try this. From sklearn.model selections import, train test split. We create a 4 variables, train test split, x, y test size, and random state equals to 0. And can you please check this in variable explorer now? Completed? Offline team? Are you create these values, variables? So spider is easy or Jupyter is good? Spider is good. Why? See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I work same code in Jupyter, I have to scroll up. I forgot my variables. Isn't it? So that's why spider is better. Even though if you work VS code, it's not perfect for this ML. Spider is better. Understand? So that's why Anaconda is given to only build machine learning applications. Online team, everyone got this output? 8. Now, can you please change the code? So from now we can use fill null values. Yes, good one. From now onwards, you can fill the null values with imputer. Now my question, can you change the code to train size to 80 and run the code? What you want to do, test size I passed 0.2. Can you try comma, train size 80 and execute the code? Are you got error or output? Here, train size to 0.8. Ramana, are you getting error? What if train size equals to 0.8, comma. Okay, now I don't think so. Do you go ahead and execute? No error, buddy. You get error? No error. No error. Understand? So test size 0.2, no error. Even though I can remove test size, vice versa. How do I know these parameters? Click my cursor, Control I. All my code I give getting from here or not? All my code get from here? Okay, online team, if you're done, I will go to the next concept. If you completed, I'll go to the next concept. Online team done? Everyone? No error? Save all. This code, even though, see, xtrain 40, xtest, correct? I take a screenshots of this. What is my screenshot? Do you see? I take a screenshot. Online team, please listen. So right now, what are the techniques we learn? How to split the data set in 4 phases. It doesn't matter if I run this code a second time, still my value. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Explain. This is normalizations. I explain you later. Just restart my kernel. Just wait. Even though if I run multiple time, are you got 40? Now, can you please run multiple time? Whatever the code you done, let's do another time. So does accuracy depends on exactly Venu. That's what I come back to the point. So here, even though you run multiple time, do you see the values that remain same or changed? Same? Online team, correct? Same. Now, in the code, can you remove random state equal to 0? Can you remove random state equal to 0? I remove my random state equal to 0. Now get and execute. Do you see xtrain, xtest? And before that, xtrain and xtest. Now I'll go to the second time now. Xtrain. Now values are shuffled or not? So what you understood this meaning? Now just go and execute second time. Do it. And I want you to verify that 30. Can you please remove random state and execute? Let's assume you build a forecasting model tomorrow. Okay. Whenever you build a forecasting model, the values keep change. My questions to you, if the values keep change, accuracy will change or remain same? Accuracy will change or remain same? Accuracy will change. Let's say you first time when you build, you got 80%. You explain to boss, I got 80%. Same code when you do, it reduced to 60. So it is a big problem or not? Every time, remember, you have to pass random state equal to 0. Random state equal to 0. What exactly? It has a long, good meaning. What is meant by random state? You can find out. So random state means randomly I pick the records from data set, and every time that has to be constant. Every time that has to be constant. Team, getting my point? So online team, I hope you're clear now. So the moment when you remove random state, so what happened? We got the values are shuffled. When the values are shuffled, we got accuracy differentiations. When accuracy differentiations, your model never deploy. When your model never deploy, you never create a front end. When you never create a front end, the business will never grows. The business never grows, the company will fire. Clear guys what I'm speaking or not? So this is what practicals, whatever theories I explained, what is a data set, how to split 0, can we make it? So what is the question now, Sri? Always 0, we can make it in a digit as well. Sri, I'll tell you, if you make it to digit, the accuracy will impact. I will explain you at classifications. At this moment, in practically we understood how to split X and Y. Correct? How to split X and Y. And then, so even if we false random state, sir, even we set to false. No, never ever set to false. False also 0, guys. Okay. So X, Y and X train and Y other pass. Y other pass 40. See, Sashikant, don't Y other pass 40 to 15. Okay. Sashikumar, I will tell you at classifications, others doesn't have much clarity, much knowledge. That's why they pass it. Why others pass 41, 52? They don't know knowledge, guys. They don't study in depth. Is as I'm working professionals, I know. Understand, guys? Many working professionals they change to 42, 51, and then check behavior is different. You get to see the practical later. X train, Y train, practically we covered or not? X test and Y test. So today, data pre-processing steps we are completed. We are steps we are completed. Understand up to this? Are you guys done? Now minimize. Now this part is done. Next step, we'll go ahead to simple linear regression algorithms. Now the next one, before I go to the algorithm, I want to introduce another theory, work, NIT, evening batch, 7:30 September 4th. Overfitting, underfitting. Two concepts I will explain. These concepts are very powerful in overfitting and underfitting. You will largely get these concepts in machine learning, deep learning, LLM models. LLM models, we get hallucination. What is hallucinations? I'll explain later. And in deep learning, machine learning, these overfitting would be a problems. I want you to explain these concepts. Try to understand. We understand in depth. So let me know if you have any questions. Today, I want to complete these concepts now. I hope you're done. Please close your laptop.